This is Robert Bate, Tumuhis of World of Inspiration and of Nuzi Restaurant. I'm so excited as usual to speak to you about business, investment, career, wealth creation, success. That is what I am very passionate about, and recently I wrote a book, 4 Ways of Making Money, which is inspiring so many people. I'm going to be sharing part of what is in the book with you today. Now, I want to talk about capital intensive and idea intensive businesses. When many people are thinking about starting a business, they think of so much capital, 100 million, 500 million, a billion. They end up even borrowing to start a business whose future they do not know. Sincerely speaking, no matter how much research you do, no matter how much planning you do, there are certain things that you can only learn and realize when you are already on the ground. That is why it is always good to start in a safe way. Personally, my motto at World of Inspiration, all the ventures that I do, I think big. I look at a very big future, but I start small and then grow big. Meaning when I start small, even if it fails, I will not die with it. I will be able to move on. So, as you choose which business to start, and of course, it also depends upon whether it is your first business or a secondary business. Once you have already succeeded in 1 or 2 or 3 businesses, starting another one may not follow this principle that I'm going to teach you. Once you have done several businesses, you could be having a lot of capital. You have ability to hire the best managers, pay them, so you can start a business that is highly capitalized, capital intensive business. But when it is the first time, my friend, please do not start a business that is very heavily, that requires so much money to start. It is better that you start with what requires a unique idea. I will give examples. Fashion design, for example, it does not require so much money because it requires your skill, it requires your ability to market, it requires talent. In fact, some of your customers, many of them, will pay you a deposit which you can use to buy material and then make the clothes. Meaning you're actually using other people's capital. Restaurants, when you have a restaurant, you'll find that you buy what you're going to cook that day or the next day, and just a few other items to keep. So a restaurant is also not capital intensive. But there are businesses, for example, a supermarket. If you start a supermarket and it is your first business, my friend, it is very extremely hard for you to make it. Why? Because it will require so much money, and yet you're going to learn from that money. That is why in Uganda, many people do not succeed in the first business. Many people start with so much money, they lose it the first time, and then they learn the natural way, start small, grow big. So when you're choosing a business, think about, is it capital intensive or is it idea intensive? Ideas like salons, especially a salon for men, it does not require so much money compared to other businesses. When you go, let's say, into farming, requires so much capital, especially if you're doing large scale commercial farming. That's why we inspire people to start with small scale farming, which we call integrated farming, where you're using little land to do so many things. And once you have mastered it and you can make profit from, let's say, 1 acre of land, you can replicate it on 2, on 3, 4, 10 acres of land, and you will be able to succeed. I want to encourage you to read my book, 4 Ways of Making Money, which is trending. It is now our most selling book. It has all that I know about money. It has all the businesses I have done, what I have learned about those businesses. It has information that will help those that are employed but also want to become wealthy, those that are self-employed, those that are in business, those that are in investment, up to the point of retirement. And then, of course, I recommend the book from my mentor, Inspired by Vitature. This is a man that has succeeded in almost every business that you can conceive in Uganda, and he has mentored me for over 13 years. His story, his ideas about wealth, about business, investment are all in this book. Normally, Each of these books goes for 60,000 shillings, meaning they would be at 120, but I'm giving them both to you at 70,000 shillings. If you call me today, I'm going to share my phone number, 0779 911 844. 0779 911 844. I'm going to be at World of Inspiration the whole of today. I'll be autographing for you these books, and I'll be speaking to you personally. You'll feel free to ask me any question. Until then, I'll be here tomorrow. God bless you.